I'm Joe with Joe's Toolbox Exchange. We've been buying and selling toolboxes for 5 years now. Behind the camera is Trent. For any of you guys that have had a box pickup or delivered, he's probably the one you're dealing with. I deal more of the front end with the tool sales. My wife and son are the ones that primarily clean the toolboxes. I've been meaning to make this channel for a while to kind of give you guys a better idea of what these toolboxes look like, especially side by side comparing different makes and models across the brands. We specialize in buying the toolboxes full of tools and then parting all of the tools out online. At this point, we've sold over 650 boxes, so I think we've seen every make and model that there is, and I'm pretty familiar with, in my opinion, what boxes are worth the money and what are not. I started this out 5 years ago because I wanted to start my own tool collection. By trade, I am an electrical assembler. I am not a mechanic, and I like working on my own vehicles in my spare time, and the tools were incredibly expensive. So I would buy a toolbox and I would part out the tools that I did not already have in an effort to pay down the tools that I was keeping. To this day, when these boxes come in, there might still be a tool or two that I end up bringing home with me. I have a 73 and 254s along with some top boxes completely full, and maybe down the road we can kind of do a walkthrough of my own personal setup and tool organization. I'm pretty passionate about all of these brands. Obviously I'm biased towards the American made stuff. You know, with Snap-on and Cornwell being over 100 years old, Mac being almost 80 years old, and Matco being the youngest, I believe they started selling to the end user in '79. All these are USA manufactured companies. The boxes are made here. Some of them, like Matco, are going to be assembled here. Some of them, like Snap-on, are going to be 100% manufactured in the United States, specifically Iowa. Outside of some exceptions, being the Heritage Series for a few specific years, manufactured in Canada. I would like to show what some of these boxes side by side look like, what the MSRP of these two boxes are. You know, you have a 2S and you have a Classic Series. The MSRP is very similar. The build quality is very different. What do the prices look like on the used market? At least here in the Midwest, I know it fluctuates across the United States, but it is pretty similar. You know, some smaller boxes like the KRL 722. This is going to be a Master Series. But along with this box right next to you here, this Midnight Blue box, this is also going to be a Master Series. So now when you're just starting out looking for a box, it's really hard to know, you know, what is the difference between these two boxes. They're both called Master Series and they're both Snap-on, but they're extremely different boxes. With the box down there, the MSRP of around $6,000, and a box like this, the MSRP can touch $16,000 depending on the features, if it has a bedline top or a power drawer. I would like to also delve into some of the specifics of the boxes, like how to work on them, how to swap locks, how to key locks so the cylinders match, how to replace slides on the different models, how to replace the wheels, what boxes are compatible with each other, such as, you know, can a Classic top go on a Masters? Even though they make a 24-inch deep Masters, will a Classic 24-inch top work with it? And if so, what does that fit look like? What do the lockers look like? How do you attach them together? What some of the cards look like. Newer models like this green one behind you is going to be a relatively new model. These are few and far between on the market, being the heavy duty XL cart. It is 36 inches as opposed to the traditional 40, but it's more of a cube. I get this question a lot. A lot of people don't even realize this is different than the 40-inch cart. And then when they come to show up to pick this box up, they're amazed at, you know, how much larger it is. Sometimes that's a benefit, and sometimes, you know, people are a little bit bummed out because they're looking for something that's more mobile and easy to move around the shop. We do sell some Blue Point, which is primarily Taiwan made. The Edge boxes, which are going to be sold by Mac. We do sell Harbor Freight boxes. This box behind you is a Westward, which is sold by Granger. And what the different systems look like. You know, there's not a lot of documentation on boxes like this. How do the lift latches work? I'd like to create a place where you could come and compare all of these boxes through videos, so you don't have to travel around and try to get on 6 different trucks and go to 10 different stores to see, you know, what the dimensions are and what the ratings are. I know with some boxes like the Rebel series here, as Matco has moved to discontinue this box, the documentation on some of these things has become few and far between. Trying to find the dimensions and weight rating is no longer readily available on Matco's website. So I'd like to share some of that information with you guys in one place that you can come and collect all of that information. Along with a Heritage Series like this, you know, the Canadian made model, there's not much documentation on this. All this has been primarily scrubbed from Snap-on's website. and now their Heritage Series is USA manufactured with slightly different dimensions and square edges. To someone that doesn't exactly know about all of these differences, you might end up buying a Canadian-made Heritage as opposed to a USA-made Heritage. And I would like to at least have you guys be able to look at a box and know what the difference is, and make sure that you're buying something that you're confident in and it's exactly what you're looking for. So if you guys think of anything that you would like to see specifically, specific models or specific questions, I think I'm in a unique position to answer those for you guys because I have no bias here. I love the quality of these boxes. I do not love the price tag that comes with them. I'd like you guys to know what I think a good deal on them is, what to look for, how to run the serial numbers to make sure that a box is paid off and there's no money owed on it. Provide some of the phone numbers and email addresses to customer support for these different brands. I know sometimes, like with Cornwell, they make this information hard to find on purpose. We also do some reviews on some of the smaller stuff, a lot of their promo items. I spend lots of money on, you know, the dartboards and the mini toolboxes and the advertising and the signs and everything else, and maybe do some reviews of this stuff, you know, the Traxxas Snap-on collaborations and things like that. So I look forward to making more videos with you guys, and hopefully you can learn something. Until next time.